All right, guys. So on today's videos, we're going to be working through Delta Math, and each section, all three sections on Delta Math, are going to ask you the same question: which equation best matches the graph shown below? And then they're all going to have a parabola. So this would be problem number one from our section number one, and here's the section number two. You'll see same question on different parabola, but what changes is the answers. So on section one, our answers are in standard form. Section two, you'll see they're in factored form. And then section three, of course, they're then in vertex form. Same question, parabola, but this time vertex. So what are we really looking at today? Well, this is kind of a review of what important piece of information we get from each form. So let's take a look at this first one. This says, which equation best matches the graph shown below? You can see all four answers are in standard form. Okay. And what piece of information does standard form specifically give us? It gives us the y-intercept. So each time we go through, we're going to look at the four answers and try to eliminate the ones until we get down to one single correct answer. The first thing we need to talk about is whether it opens up or down. That's on all of them. And then we need to talk about the special information here, which in this case is the y-intercept because we're in standard form. So first, opens up or down. This one clearly opens down. And remember, down means we should have a negative out front. So I look through my answers. This one has a negative in the front, a negative out front. This one is wrong. This one is wrong. These parabolas would open upwards. So those are gone. Next, I have to determine my y-intercept. Well, that's where these two pieces vary a little bit. You'll see same thing here and here, here and here. Is my y-intercept 7 or 7.6? And it's a little tough. You say, oh, that's really close. So I can't really tell. Well, look, right here is our y-intercept. That's where we're going to cross. Okay, that's where we're crossing the y-axis. That is clearly right on 7. And you say, well, I can't really, then why has it got 7.6 y-intercept? Well, that's probably the maximum up here, just to trick you. But it's clearly 7 is the y-intercept, so that is the answer you would select. So opens up or down, and then the important piece of information you get from that form. On to the next one. Okay, again, we're going to answer the same first question. Up or down, knowing that up means we have a positive out front and down means we have a negative out front. This one opens up, which means we're going to have a positive out front. That means we can get rid of this option. It had a negative. Get rid of this option. It had a negative. And then we have to say, okay, well, what's our piece of information that comes from factored form? Well, from factored form, we find the zeros. But remember, to find the zeros, guys, we actually set the binomials equal to 0 and solve. Okay, so let's try this first example and see what happens. So this one is x plus 5, x plus 1. And if we solve this and find the zeros here and they don't match ours, we know it has to be that fourth option down there. So this would be x plus 5 equals 0. X plus 1 equals 0. Well, we would subtract 5 and subtract 5. We get x equals negative 5 for the 0, negative 5, comma 0. We would get x equals negative 1 for the 0, negative 1, comma 0. Where are zeros negative 1, negative 5? Well, there's one of them right there, negative 1. And there's the other one right there, a negative 5. So it looks like that was our answer. Again, you can check this one in Desmos. This would be a good one to kind of check and just look at, because especially with those zeros, it's easy to get them backwards. The final problem type we have is another tricky one for the second question. But guys, realize, you may look and say, oh man, that one got tough in that second part down there. Well, we were already down to a 50-50 shot just because we knew whether it opened up or down. Okay, 50-50 shot on a lot of EOC problems is going to be pretty good odds. How about this last one? This is vertex form. So we got to ask ourselves the same sort of things. Is it going up or is it going down? Knowing that up means it's going to open up with a positive out front. Down means it's going to open up with a negative out front. This one is clearly opening down, meaning it's negative out front. Okay, and I look and go, oh boy. Uh-oh. We got a whole lot of things that do the same thing. These all open down. So sometimes it may not help you to eliminate like that. Okay, all of these open down. Say, okay, well, if they all open down, so then how on earth are we supposed to distinguish between all of them? Well, look, we've got a negative, 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 positive, 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 negative. That's all four options. So what we're looking for is really just where's the vertex exactly. And you have to remember something very special here. Okay, remember that we always flip the number inside to get the vertex, and we keep the number outside. So it's almost helpful to build these equations yourself a little bit. Well, where is the vertex? It's at -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is at -3, 5. Well, I know that the y value is always kept. So I'm thinking anything that doesn't have a +5 out on the end, I'm getting rid of. That's got a -5. That's got a -5. That one I don't have to worry about. That one's straightforward. The other one, though, I've got to make sure it's flipped inside the parentheses. Okay? If this was our answer, this option C down here, let's test it. Tell me, what would the vertex be? Well, if I flip that, I get 3. If I keep that, I get 5. That's not my vertex. What about this one? If I flip that, I get -3. And if I keep that, I get +5. That's the vertex I'm looking for. So that would be my answer. Got to be really clever there. Take your time there. That's one of the ones that people, if you're not following directions, if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss a bunch of those and get frustrated and be like, I don't know why I'm missing them. I don't know why I'm missing them. Take your time. Look through the things on Delta Math. Rewatch the videos. Pay attention to directions. Okay?